what is a difference that you've noticed? Well, how long have you been in our coaching program? And then first, how long have you been in?
So I joined in November.
Okay, so about 4 months. And what have you seen, which is still a little bit on the early side, but you've probably seen something though. It's probably started to kick in right now.
It's already started to kick in. I've already picked up one super solid, not just realtor, but a team of realtors that me on average. I mean, they've already sent me probably 4 buyers.
Oh, that's huge.
November, just from some of the marketing tools that you guys provide. So.
And see, I love that because it's not 4 deals, right? It's like what I was talking about with relationship. It's one relationship, and then you said it's a team, so it's even more relationships. So, guys, what we teach too in here, this is not leads, it's not internet leads, it's nothing like that. It's how to use social to create relationships, because relationships is where, gosh, if they give you 2 a month, that's a good number, right? That's a really good number. And that's just one. And I'll tell you, it only compounds from here. What would you say is different than what you hear maybe at other industries?
Well, so one of the things for me, I mean, what really resonated with me about your approach is really starting with the mindset and then going into like activities or like behaviors. So for me, I think that was the biggest shift. But also, just the mindset of, you do your system every day and let go. So like, a lot of times, previous to this and kind of, we wake up at the office and salespeople kind of like, okay, God, what do I do this week? What do I have to do? How do I market? It's just like, we're originators. We're not necessarily great marketers. We can sell, but marketing is a totally different piece.
Totally.
So for me, the biggest thing is just like, I wake up on Monday, I know what I'm doing that day for marketing. I wake up Tuesday, I know what I'm doing that day. And like, that's all I have to do to work on my business.
It's so easy, right? When it's like that, do you have like a piece? So when I was saying like, you'll have a piece to know that you have a rock solid business. Do you find that that's true right there? Because when I say things, it comes across selly, right? Like they're like, is he just trying to sell me on something? Which is fine. But do you have more of a piece about you knowing like, oh, now I know how to build a business as much as you want to scale it to?
Well, it's 2 things. It's just how you guys are constantly emphasizing like the detachment from results. Just do the systems, do the systems. So I'm not out there worrying, is this a good way to spend my time? Is this a good investment of, whatever, how do I use social? I just get up, I do it. And I move on with my day. So it's taken a lot of the anxiety out around like marketing because I just already know what I'm doing. And I just trust because I'm seeing, in the Facebook group and meeting these other originators that have been with you guys, I'm seeing the results that have happened in their businesses. So that has taken a lot of the pressure off of me in terms of like, does this work? Because I know it works. Because these people are, just like me. I mean, they're just, it's not rocket science. It's just consistency and, doing the systems, which are super simple, that take half an hour every day, no more, no less.
Like even the player that I was coaching professionally in tennis, it was, what I noticed about like a Roger Federer and a Rafael Nadal is it was like, they literally just did their practices as a process. And there was no like they didn't evaluate whether it was the right thing or not the right thing to do. It was just something to do. And so, when we talk about that, like detaching from the result, it's like the top people just do the process. Like once you get over and you know that it'll work, sometimes it takes time, right? Like that's awesome. We say to anybody that's new, or we would tell if any of you guys wanted to be clients, we'd say, give it 90 to 120 days. Don't even evaluate it. But the point is getting into the doing before you get reacting. I'll tell you this, and I know you see it, Rachel, it's amazing what happens over time. So super proud of you. It's been really fun to watch you. Did you feel like you had to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit in the beginning?
A lot.
I picked that up.
A lot out of my comfort zone. But the other thing too is even just with like the social media stuff that, you guys provide, it's really like super customizable to me. So it's
Right.
not something that's just like kind of a cookie cutter thing. Like I take what you guys put out there and I really make it my own. What I'm finding is that I am starting, like I'm getting like Facebook, not necessarily, I haven't necessarily closed anything from my social, but I'm getting a lot more interaction.
Yeah.
So my brand, I think, is really gaining traction.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, that's a major shift for me just in the last 3 months.
You're building a brand, and guys, really what we teach is, I'm sure you guys remember, like the old days, it seems like a minute ago, like realtors or even loan officers, they put their face on a big billboard somewhere or on a park bench or on a grocery store clerk, right? And what they were doing was branding themselves. And now you can do that so much easier and so much cheaper on social. And you really can brand yourself as a local celebrity, not immediately, but overnight, right? So that's when we talk about the consistency, Rachel, right? And you've done great on it. I see you doing it every week, so that's super cool. But that's only gonna magnify as you keep going.
Yeah, I think so too. And the other thing that's been really exciting is just the type of clients and realtor partners that I'm attracting.
Mm-hmm.
So much in line with what I'm up to because I'm really bringing myself into my marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a gift because I want to work with certain types of people and I don't want to work with other types. Like I want to work with the right energy and the right partners. So
That's so beautiful. I'm glad you brought that up.
That was an unexpected, really positive outcome that I'm starting to see more consistently.
Yeah, when you get more referrals, right? Like they're better quality, and you stop, like instead of like looking at it like, oh my God, I'm going to take 1,000 apps to close 200 loans. You start being like, wow, I can take 250 apps and close 200 loans of good quality people. And see, there's like a maximization of your time in there too. So rather than approaching this business as a lead gen business and how many apps you can take, really it's the upper level, the people that have great lives, that have great businesses, that like their lives and that make a lot of money are the ones that have the highest conversions. So what's your conversion rate from how many apps you take? That's really a metric to look at to see how much, what kind of clients you have and what your business really looks like.
Just the community I think is so huge. Having the Facebook page, like, just a place to go. And like I went on the other day I had a question about BombBomb. Like I couldn't figure it out. And immediately I got 3 responses. There's a lot of celebrating with, there's, posing questions. And like, there's this great community of givers that are there to really support everyone. And so it's definitely not a group for anyone who's not open to really being generous and in that abundance mindset. But that's really been, very defining, I think, about the group. And just being able to, it's great to have a coach, but to have access to all these other people that are out there doing and learning and, and have them be so generous with their sharing, I think is just like, it's tenfold what you get out of, the coaching.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that because that's one of the things that we started out with in the beginning is just to make sure that we create a very abundant group. Because as I said, like this industry, it can be really, really lonely. And sometimes our industry teaches us, just to compete against each other or, like what your plaque is or what club you're in or all that stuff. And the fact of the matter is there's plenty of business for everybody. There's so much out there. When you take away, there's so many loan officers that their clients are refinancing with Quicken or LendingTree or their existing servicer because they don't have that Tuesday system we teach, right, Rachel? I remember you asking about that. So there's enough business for every single originator to do 100 million. And when you shift from I'm competing against these people to, hey, how are you doing this? And how are you doing this? And let's encourage each other. It's amazing what happens. Absolutely amazing what happens. Now, some people right now are throwing pencils at the screen being like, I don't want any part of that, you big weirdo. And that's fine, right? But I will tell you that it's the best way to grow and learn. And is if you do have people that are going through the same things as you are and they're sharing it. And the next Motivation Monday, Rachel, that we're doing, I'm going to do tips and tricks because here's the thing. I've heard some things in the last 2 weeks that I'm like, that is absolutely brilliant. You know, people are smart, right? They share things, and so being able to share that with you guys too is absolutely huge. Well, thanks so much, Rachel. We appreciate you, and it's exciting watching you take off.